Assalamualaikum and good afternoon Abi to Madam Aini Binti Ahmad, my teammate, government teams and to our fellow opposition member. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to debate sessions. So, the motion for our debate today is, should universities block sites like YouTube, Facebook and Instagram in campus? Here, I will explain a bit of the key terms in this motion. The moment when we think about internet, the first thing that crosses our mind is the social networking sites such as YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and so on. Nowadays, the social networking sites have gained a high popularity across the globe. As a whole, we, the government teams, strongly believe that universities should block the site like YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram because it will give more disadvantage to the student. First of all, I like to state the universities should block the site like YouTube, Facebook, Instagram in campus because it can lead to anxiety and depression. It is because some study it is because some studies have shown that social networking sites lead to a higher level of anxiety and depression, and people also have to use it smartly, otherwise bad things can happen to them. Also, if you do to choose to block them, you have a higher percentage of internet safety. No matter what you did today on your phone or your computer, it's likely that social media was involved. In United States, shows that statistically more likely to use social media than not by a lot. Approximately 77% of all Americans then not by a lot. 70% of all Americans have a social media profile or some kind. Studies have linked the use of social media to depression, anxiety, poor sleep quality, and lower self-esteem. The study includes 143 students from the University of Pennsylvania. They were randomly assigned to one of two groups, one that would continue their social media habits as usual, or one that would continue their social media significantly limit access to media social. The results were clear. The group that used less social media, even though it wasn't completely eliminated, had better mental health outcomes. At the end of the trial, those in the experimental group saw both loneliness and depressive symptoms decline, with the largest changes happening in those who reported greater levels of depression. So this clearly show that social media really affect to the student mental health if they spend more time on them rather than being focused on their studies. So this is why universities should take action by blocking their website in campus. That's my point. Thank you.
Thank you for our government team. While you might say that universities should block site YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram in campus because it will give more disadvantage for students, it is important to remember that YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram have their own benefits to help university students in their study. Universities should not block site YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram because it's give benefits for students such as learning and networking. Learning has gone beyond classroom classroom where social learning is promoted in almost all the leading e-learning websites. Students can take classes from e-learning websites and discuss their learning or doubts using various social media channels. For example, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Students can make use of live video that is part of so many social networking sites to engage themselves in classes. Students can share study material through on social networking sites like Facebook, Instagram, and even YouTube. In this process of social learning, it's become very important for students to stay connected to peers. Students can make friends with friends of friends and build a strong network. They can get to know many new people and start building new connections with them. Early, it was very difficult to get any information about famous personalities. Everyone had to just see them on television and newspaper. After social media has come to the timeline, it's a very easy for everyone to follow personalities and influential people. Hence, social media has played a very important role in connecting students to the people who they take as inspiration from. In conclusion, a student reveal a position perception of the student about benefit of YouTube, a video for learning in the classroom and use YouTube to speak ability. Additionally, YouTube can affect the personality of students to identify themselves with YouTubers. Most YouTube used to develop communication skill, graphic analyzing, the performance arts, study music performance, mathematics skill, history of the country, to improve English professional language, which is reading comprehensions, to build knowledge and evaluate the value of education in the teaching of writing. That's my point.
Thank you, Speaker 2, for pointing your opinion regarding to this topic. Alright, I admit that social media like YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook give benefit for students, especially in their studies. As mentioned by my team, social media can lead to anxiety and depression. Other than that, social media also can be distracting to students. University is about learning, not taking selfies and posting them on social media. If people really want social media sites and networking in their life, they should do it at home because university is an educating environment. And if we want a future, we need to focus and get it right. In university, social media is very distracting for students. They mainly focus and share about some things on social media, and they also sometimes use it to distract others. YouTube makes students distracted and then they cannot take the thing seriously. Most students will be messing around instead of listening to their lecturer or working on assignment rightly, and they would not learn anything on the lesson. And most of students will check their phone, checking their email or checking their Instagram as their daily life. So it is shown that social networking is very distracting for students from being focused to their lectures. For example, YouTube could help some useful videos on there to supplement what is being taught, but specifically, students tend to watch other else than the right content in the YouTube. So it could be distraction for students. Facebook and Instagram also, they should be blocked as there is entirely too much crap in them. There is nothing but only a distraction. Instagram also probably doesn't offer much value in university and again would be too much of distraction for students. So that is why I believe social media is bad for university and students, and that is why university should block them in order to bring focus for their students. That is my point. Thank you.
Thank you, government, from Speaker 3. I agree that social distracting students and not focus on their study, but we must remember that social media also a marketing for students to make money. Students can promote any college festival or activities using social media. Every college has a cultural fest every year. Students will have to promote their fest to ensure students from other colleges also participate. Hence, social media helps students to promote on a big platform. It is because students might be doing some work other than the usual curriculum of the school and college, like for example, work of art and craft or any other work from that matter. They can advertise their work on social media. It is one of the easiest and the best way to advertise. It does not cost them anything to advertise also. Social media is a good platform to fundraising, as the number of people using social media are in such huge number, it becomes easy for us to collect funds. We can even sell anything on social media. It has got a huge number of users as we said earlier, and hence selling any goods is very easy. We also can attract customers from all over the world using social media. In the same manner, we can buy any item that we are interested in. For example, we can even have campus ambassador program where a student from each college represent the brand and promote the brand online. Not only that, but nowadays, digital marketing also as the future of advertising. It provides professional various opportunities to build and apply social media strategies to publicize their product and service. It is also emerging career option for young people who like to spend more time on social media and other networking sites. With the abundance of use of the internet, it has become necessary for all business to involve themselves in social media marketing. That's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you to the speaker for pointing your points. It's true that you might say that the university should not block sites like YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, which is it can give more benefits to students in learning and networking, and it also can be a marketing student to make their own money. But we must remember that all of social media can affect reputation for the student because not all of students take the advantage from the site, but they mostly more like to socializing, like post picture or an entertainment themes. In conclusion, we, the government teams, totally agree with our statement that universities should block the site like YouTube, Facebook, Instagram in campus to student more focus on their study. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you for your view. Let me recap my point. University should not block site YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram because it gives a benefit for students such as learning and networking. This is because social media is a really convenient and important communicate network for, for all the people nowadays. We can use it to know friends and keep contact with friends that come from different countries. We can also share our ideas so quickly so that all the thing could develop so fast because people could tell us their ideas and we could improve it immediately. We could also learn new things on social media by watching or reading the things that people share onto the social media. People could also sell things on the social media freely, which could reduce the expenditure of advertisement. There are more advantages for using social media. However, there is always advantage and disadvantage for a thing. As social media is too convenient for people, almost most of them don't even have to speak out to communicate with people. No longer people will lose their communication skill. The more serious problem is many people utilize the power of social media and use it to bully someone. The power of social media is also same as the one in real life. A little of them use social media to do things that against the law, which is a full behavior. Social media changed our life so much. Our life become more convenient because social media is a very useful tool for us in 21st century. It could help us to improve our life. However, we have to aware of how we use them. If we could use the social media smartly, having social media will become a good thing for us. So, I'm as an opponent in this session, I disagree that university should block site YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram in a campus because it will give more benefits for students to use it in their study. That's all from me. Thank you.